Greetings, everyone. I'm Eric with Your Essential Practice. I would love to thank every single one of you for clicking on these videos and just an enormous sense of heartfelt gratitude for sharing, liking, commenting, and subscribing. I know this is right at the beginning of the video, but yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for every one of you out there for clicking on this video. If you'd like a personal rune reading from me or any of the rune sets or jewelry or palm stones or like keychain styles that you see on the set, or want a custom order, please check out the shop at youressentialpractice.com. Link is down below, or you can message me through any of the socials. Link is down in the descriptions as well. We have a relatively calm week getting into this week. A lot of transitions from and with a lot of that Gemini Aries kind of energy from last week, and moving into kind of a more calm, more lull this week, and then it'll pick up pace again next week. So there's some good news, a little bit of silver lining there. No extra information for the astrology down in the description box for this week. So let's jump right on into your divinely guided rune reading. Greetings, Sagittarius, and welcome to your divinely guided rune reading here for this week. I've already cleansed the energetic space and shuffled the runes here for your weekly rune reading. Stay tuned, because at the very end we will pull a message of clarity from the Soul's Journey Oracle deck here at the very end. So let's jump right on in and get a rune for your energetic pass here. Wow, a lot of people have been getting this in your energetic pass, Algies. Coming from a place of defense, a place of faith. This is your spiritual defense. This is the elk rune. This is very grounded, coming from a place of needing to be very grounded or having to be very grounded. This is the antlers of the elk rune, meaning your divine connection, your divine built-in defense. So this is, in essence, your rune of faith, stepping forward in faith, some sort of aspect of faith, dealing with or contending with aspects of it from your energetic past here, Sagittarius. Okay, so let's move on. We have the fire rune of Kinas. This is the first time it came up all week for these readings here. So Kinas is a beautiful rune, and you're the first one to get it here in the whole zodiac. Beautiful stuff. You're leading by example right now. This is very much that fire manifestation type of energy, wands kind of energy from the tarot deck, that Pac-Man energy, wanting to gobble up the dots, moving forward, trailblazing energy. This literally means torch. This is the light bearer rune. This is, as I like to work to light the path for others, so too do I illuminate the path for myself. So that means also the practicing the medicine that we give out to other people, we're also giving it to ourselves, like the advice that we give to others in that essence, not the literal medication. Okay, so the advice that we give to others, practicing kind of what we preach, in essence, having that faith and moving forward in our leadership by practicing what we preach, not becoming a hypocrite kind of sort of energy out of that, embodying your leadership aspects a bit more. Beautiful energies to work with here, Sagittarius. Very much forward moving energies here. And this is directly 6 months away from your solar return here during the season. So interesting energies to be a part of. Okay, a lot of people have been getting Anzus here as well this week. Anzus is the antenna rune, the rune of communication. This is the divine communication, prophetic dream works, divine downloads. You're maybe downloading more spiritual gifts, your connection with divine source, your communication with divine source. You're feeling like more connected through divine source, through embodying your leadership more. You feel like maybe this is embodying your calling, like you're called to be a leader here, Sagittarius, which a lot of you are. You're like natural born leaders, so check out your charts for real. See what houses you're all in and everything like that. Okay. All right, so your influences of the now energies are in Radho. Radho, this is a beautiful rune. So this is kind of traveling along. This is indicative of a change of house, spouse, or career. You could have recently changed jobs, changed spouses, changed residences, something to that effect. You could be under that influence of that energy here right now, Sagittarius. Okay. Regardless, this is something calling you to ride along with the energetic waves of the now, calling you to be more present, right? Definitely showing up in the now and being more focused, showing up instead of like having your mind wander during conversations, being focused, active listening during conversations, things like that. Being in the present moment as much as you can. This is a lot like that chariot energy, really, in moving forward kind of stuff here. This also, Kinas is also, some would argue that's chariot energy. All of these are calling you to move in the essence of the energies, not really in resistance to them, but move along with the energies as they are. So let's see what your advice here for the now is. We have Odin's rune. It's an irreversible rune. It's a blank rune. Not every reader does Odin's rune. I do. It's like that patch that covers Odin's eye. It's meaning something that's hidden from you, or something that you already know. Regardless, I still am going to pull a rune from a completely different set here at the very end for your advice for the now. So I'm betting to think this is something that you already know, something that has to deal with your faith, something that has to deal with your leadership. All right. So let's get what your possible outcome for this whole scenario is for this week here for you. Yeah, it's a learning period here. This is Yera. This is the rune of the year of harvest. This is an irreversible rune. Sowing and reaping, like what we sow is what we reap, right? So this is endings making beginnings simultaneously. Also, uh, beginnings making endings simultaneously, right? So just that natural cycle to things. At the end of the year, the farmer needs to take in a proper evaluation of everything, the conclusion of it all. So it's a big learning process of an evaluation here for you. Through this, you get that divine communication to kind of steer your ship, so to speak, your moral compass. But through this is like, did I plant the right seed? Did I nurture it enough? Do I have enough to last the upcoming energies? What tactics might I have to adjust for next sowing season so I can reap a more bountiful harvest, a more sustainable harvest? Uh, all this are aspects that you're looking at. So a big evaluation and learning period here for you, Sagittarius. There are no such things as failures in life. There are only perceived failures. Everything is a lesson, right? So be able to tune in to what these lessons are. Through leading through example, we are prone to make a few mistakes here and there, but I really want to know what your divine advice is for the now energies here. Gibo is going to be your balance of give and take, reciprocation energy. Yeah, okay, don't keep score is what I'm seeing here, Sagittarius. So make sure that the standards that you hold to yourself, to others, and other situations are clearly communicated, and not just clearly communicated, that they are clearly understood, that they are clearly comprehended by each other, by yourself, by the other parties, right? Um, if you want to continue moving forward in nice, good, healthy ways. Right? So that's that balance of that reciprocation energy. This is moving forward, divine gifts. You could be more developing and honing divine gifts. Maybe and coming from a conclusion of a retreat, maybe a leadership retreat, even for some of you, Sagittarius. Very beautiful stuff here. Maybe honing and developing your gifts throughout having to do that retreat sort of thing, or invitation to some sort of a I want to say like invitation from a single person rather than a collective or divine source. Just you're following like divine flow energy, and something pulls you in a direction to where you have this experience that's connecting the dots of this spiritual gift that you're adapting and processing a lot of that information and really wrapping your head around that gift sort of energy, Sagittarius. Beautiful stuff. Let's get a card of clarity here for at the end of this all. These are the Soul's Journey Oracle cards. Messages straight from Source, straight from Divine, directly to your spirit, directly to your soul. So Divine, please show us clearly what message of clarity does Sagittarius need to hear for this week's divinely guided message? What does Sagittarius need to hear for this week? For this week's divinely guided root reading. Beautiful stuff. Let's pull that one. That is grief. And this says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Yeah, this is awesome. Let's read more about grief. These are all opportunities, really, not failures, not perceived limitations, not moments of grief, but these are all opportunities. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it is a reminder of what this card says. Continuing on, it says, nothing is gone forever. The belief that we have lost something or someone is merely an illusion to assist us in learning to appreciate our having had it in the first place. The emotion of grief and sense of loss are absolutely real, but that is the point. The lesson of loss is not about the actual physical separation, because the parting is temporary and illusory. The point of the lesson is to acknowledge the fact that the bonds of love never end, and that we have never been abandoned. When you accept in your heart that you will be reunited with everything you have ever loved, it will give you the ability to move beyond your grief and derive something beneficial from the experience. To wallow in grief is to pass up the opportunity that you had and that your soul family have devised and learn nothing from it. Okay? So instead, Sagittarius, allow your grief to take you to a place of deeper understanding. Stay open for that divine communication. Namaste, Sagittarius. Have a blessed and abundant week.